Welcome to the North. Mist-covered forests, frozen lakes, long-buried secrets. The world is changing. Railways spread, science overtakes superstition. Cities rise along with the illusion of safety. But beyond the light, in deep woods and on windswept shores, something older stirs. This is Vaesen, a Nordic horror role-playing game set in 19th century Northern Europe. The players you see around me, some of which aren't quite with us yet, are part of the Society, a secret order cursed with the sight. They see what others deny. Creatures of myth and nightmare are real, and they do not like being forgotten. But sometimes the greatest horror we carry is the one. Welcome to Vaesen. Now, so for those who have been paying attention, we weren't live last week. So last week's episode is going to be going online very shortly, but as an audio-only track. So, in the last,
we mostly kind of hung out in a pub.
Well, yeah, that's true. But in the last two episodes of Thursday's Children, the Society arrived in the vibrant city of Härnösand. Electric lights glowing above a darker mystery. August von Meijer informed them of two missing men. One vanished in Farnsta, the other returned, bloodied and broken, raving about red eyes and warning that noise attracts it. The trail led to a cathedral library where Maude found a hidden note. Taika heard wolves howling again, and Henrik smelled ghostly smoke from his cross. Clues pointed towards a cursed symbol, the seal of Solomon, and a strange bullseye-like mark recognized from dreams and old memories alike. The investigation continued in the logging village of Farnsta, where the rumors of vanishing men, land deals, and shadowy beasts stirred unrest. While Marta Karlstrom offered hospitality and half-truths, Julian wandered off, drawn inexplicably to the graveyard in a ring of ominously pristine outhouses. Their red eyes watched from the woods. All saw them. In the village hall, Henrik found the locals more talkative than his grim-faced companions. The Skits family influence, talk of treasure buried beneath the land and a divided community, hinted at greater stakes than mere disappearances. But, for once, all evidence pointed in the same terrifying direction. A church grim, a spectral black beast born from the burial of an animal in sacred ground. It tolls its ghostly bell, summons the dead in the form of crows, and defends the church from any threat. Overnight, unsettling signs crept in. Anna's pistol, mysteriously cleaned and laid upon her pillow. Maude's sleeve, marked with candle wax and ash, as if watched in ritual. Now, in daylight, the Society stills itself to return to the church and whatever guards it. Oh my, that makes it all sound rather exciting.
It does. I've forgotten we did so much in, like, what was a 2-hour session or something.
Well, that was the two.
That's what I mean.
That's 2 sessions together, to be fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So there we are. So now everyone is caught up and probably have no idea really what's what. What time of day is it?
Yeah.
Well, you've just woken up, really.
Well, having breakfast and things.
Having breakfast. Welcome, Henrik. And is Sebastian going to remain with us? That is the question.
Well, now we know that it's not the internet, because as you can see, I've been here the entire time. We're on exactly the same flipping internet, and I haven't gone anywhere. So it's whatever Carl possesses that is making Sebastian a flippity gibbet.
Or whatever is possessing Carl.
I mean,
this is Vaesen after all.
It has been said, so yes.
Okay. So for people that are watching, Anna and Maude are co-sharing a computer this evening. for the purposes of convenience. So you may hear Maude's voice without actually apparently there being a Maude present, but there is a Maude present. So
Say hi, Maude.
there is that. Hi, Maude.
Hello, hello.
See. So yes. Welcome.
Also,
people.
Taika is currently not with us. She is in the air right now. No. As in on a plane. There is a plane around and beneath her, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly hiding their secret identity. Well done, Lexi. No one notices it.
Supergirl.
So.
And a wizard joins us.
Hey!
Oh my word! Well done. So, people.
Yes.
You are obviously in Marta Korstrom's house. You have, or you have been munching on your breakfast. Anna is a little bit freaked out to the fact that her pistol appears to have been cleaned and emptied and left beside her head overnight. I mean, that's not strange in the slightest.
It is strange. That's not where she keeps her gun.
It's not just strange, it's concerning.
It's very concerning.
If anyone was going to wake up in the night and find that happening, of all of us, it would be Anna, and she didn't. So, and I'm sure we say this at breakfast, sort of.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you know, the 5 pints may have been a reason why I didn't wake up. Oh, right. Coffee. Yes, more of that. I'm just gonna find something nice and greasy to eat.
Okay.
So we're gonna go chat to this priest dude then? Is that the general plan of the day?
I think we should, and as I said yesterday, I think we should also go and see if we have any clues in the iconography around the church or any other indications. But also, we've got to try and figure out how we can get rid of this grim.
Yes. Other up ahead. Is there a library in this town? Where's Martha got to?
The library was the cathedral, or sorry, the church.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's a tiny village, right? So there isn't really like a library or anything like that. Maybe the church has something, but why are we trying to get rid of the grim? I thought we kind of figured out that this guy Gottfried Hammerstrom, apparently did something against the church, and the grim killed him. And Niels
I don't think
witnessed it.
I don't think that doing any little thing, I mean, nothing has burned down and we haven't heard about anyone else dying, so I'm not sure if anyone deserves to be ripped apart by a supernatural canine as payment for something little. So when I say get rid of the grim, I don't suppose there's a way to relocate it. So, I mean, for everybody's good, perhaps we should think about that.
Anna has gone a bit spaced and is not listening to Julian.
Does Julian notice?
Is that not fairly normal at the moment, to be fair?
It's very normal.
Can Julian sort of tap the back of her hand to just sort of try and bring her back to the present moment?
I'm just going to look up and be like, yeah?
Seeing anything?
I think we should look for. Well, first of all, we should talk to the priest and get the sort of the lay of the land, and then we should try to look for evidence of the death of Gottfried Hammerstrom, which our current hypothesis is he was killed by the Grim because he was doing something to fuck around with the church.
Does Maude, by the way, have her phone on her so she can access WhatsApp?
Currently looking at it.
Fabulous.
Very forward thinking of Maude. Like a whole century. Love it.
Cutting edge.
Yes, cutting edge of technology, all the best quills and things.
Love it.
fighting. The urge to look is strong. I'm resisting. Right. Are we going then?
Julian sort of leans towards her a little bit. I mean, you don't have to come if you want to take a breather.
No, I don't really want to be alone. Let's,
Understandable.
go face the grim.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that immediately. We might be a bit, what is it they say? Screwed.
I'm going to leave the pistol here.
Julian looks a bit surprised at that. I don't think it's possessed.
I want to check it thoroughly, and that's going to take time, and I feel like we should go, so I'm just going to leave it.
Well, I have mine. If you promise not to rip it off me at a very inopportune moment, then I'll stay alert.
I mean, it depends how good your shot's going.
Well, yes. All right. Fair point.
All right. Anna's going to stand and take a moment to be like, all right, let's go. Do this. Fresh air. Sunlight. Great.
We proceed to the church.
Yes. Knowing us, probably with, more sandwiches or some things in our pocket and nomming as we're still setting off out the door.
Okay. One moment.
At least let us know what the weather's like. Is it raining? Is it foggy? Is it a nice... Hang on, where are we? We're in spring, aren't we? Phew. Considering we lost weeks. So yeah, what kind of day are we having?
The weather's fine. It's pleasant for the time of year, shall we say? Because let's just remind ourselves we are in March. So yeah, the weather is quite clement for the time of year. So you hang on, we should be able to. If I just do this, I'll zoom in a little bit here. I will share this for the purposes of people watching online. So there is the village map for everybody. So
it's such a cute little town.
It is.
Well, village,
so of course, again, for the purposes of people online, this is where you are leaving, and you're heading to the church over here. So yes, it's a very cute little walk, and of course it is a very and it doesn't look any less mysterious or intriguing than it looked last night. In fact, it's,
Andrew, your microphone's a bit muffled.
Muffle.
Just a bit.
Is it?
There you go.
Ooh. Maybe the connection's a bit loose. Tell KFC to be quiet. Julian.
I'm pretty sure that was food.
Oh, was that food? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, you're at the church. And again, as a reminder, if you come off the map and go to the front image for the scene, that is the looking through the village from the church, including the skull on top of the wall there, which you didn't notice.
I didn't notice that was a skull. Yeah.
Mm.
Great. Hannah's going to gently pat the skull.
Julian's going to approach it as well. And I would like to, can I do an investigate? I mean, tell me the situation of this skull. Does it look like it's been there a while and we just forgot it? Or does it look newly
No, I mean if you have a look at the image on the screen, you should be able to see that the skull has got moss on it, just like the wall. So it's clearly, it's clearly been there quite some time. I suppose I should, for the benefit of those people watching online who are clearly going to be very, very intrigued about this possibility. So the skull is right at the bottom of the image there.
Can I do an investigate though?
You want to investigate the skull?
Well, I get a +2 to dead bodies.
Well, it is certainly dead. Yes.
So I'll do a.
What are you trying to investigate?
Like how long it's been there? What kind of
It's a skull. It's been there a long time. It's
Boom,
dead.
I got 3 passes.
It's definitely dead.
All right. Does it look like it could have been a man or a woman?
It looks like it was a skull.
Andrew.
Probably male.
Okay.
But it is relatively indeterminate.
But it's been there a while, you're saying, and just nobody's done anything with it? That's interesting.
And it's like, it's decor.
Absolutely. Why not? It's, for people that can't read, it's a good way of feeling you're going into the dead.
And it's going to give a little push. Is it like attached to the wall, or can I pick it up?
Unhand the dead person.
Oh no, we're in one of those traps now. We're being crushed.
Absolutely.
Yes, an Indiana Jones style.
You hear this crunching, graveling sound, and the floor opens beneath you.
We
and
better
you drop
not.
into this pit of eternal pitness. No, you don't. In
for
fact,
the
it doesn't move at all. It kind of feels like it's almost cemented into place.
Cool. And I lifts up her hand though at Maude's hanging off. And it's like, all right. I'll leave the skull alone. She thinks about patching it, and there's this.
Maude narrows her eyes. And Ned looks slightly more satisfied as Adam backs away, leaves the thing alone.
Anna's going to go up and push open the church door.
Okay. So as you approach the door, the door opens to you, and this rather interesting looking gentleman opens the door.
Oh. Hi.
Oh, hello. Good morning to you. Oh, I know you must be the people that have been sent from August, Mr. Van Meijer. Yes.
Yes, blessing you.
Oh.
Father Ingvar Nystrom, I presume.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
My name is Henrik Gustafsson. Let me introduce you to my companions.
Oh, very pleasant to meet you, Henrik. Yes, please introduce yourselves.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can introduce yourselves if you wish.
Or you can
With pleasure. I'm Dr. Summerby. I'm an Englishman, and I'm also a doctor. I'm quite intrigued by that skull you have on your wall there. That's a decision.
Well, not mine. I have to say, it's been there rather a long time. I did wonder about it myself, but you kind of get used to it. I like to think that maybe he's looking over the place. Huh? But as you say, it's a choice. Certainly been here from before my time. He glances across at it almost fondly.
The Julian sort of steps out of the way so the other people can introduce themselves.
Anna.
Would you like to come in?
Yes. Yes, please.
Fabulous. Come in. And those that are on the map page, welcome to the church. And I shall update that for people online as well. So you walk into quite a pleasant church building, really. You are. I'm sorry. You said you are. I'm sorry, madam. I spoke over you, inviting you into the church.
Oh, this is Captain Coombe.
Captain. Oh, Captain.
Yeah, Captain Coombe. Nice to meet you, sir.
Very modern. Very modern. Oh, yes, very nice to meet you too.
At him.
Julian suppresses his smile.
Elbows there.
Ow! What's that for?
The squinting and anything that might have come after the squinting.
Oh, and this is Ms. Martin, and this is Ms. Kilpella.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Very, very, very nice to meet you all. So please, pray tell, how can I help you?
Anna looks a bit and then just gestures to Julian.
We're obviously friends of Mr. von Meijer, and we were hoping to see if we could find anything about what happened to our third-party associates, so to speak, Mr. Hammerstrom.
Oh yes, Mr. Hammerstrom and Mr. Lindskold, if I remember rightly. Yes.
Yes.
I confess that I had very little contact with them when they were here.
But you invited Mr. Hammerstrom here the night of, sadly, his disappearance. Did you?
Did I?
That was what we were given to believe.
Oh no, I'm fairly certain I would have remembered had I done so. Sorry, I did not at all.
You didn't ask him to come see you?
No. No. What reason would I have to do so?
Well, we were hoping you could tell us.
Maybe because he wanted to tear down your church? Just a
Okay,
thought.
we're cutting right. Don't bury the lead. That's right.
Give me an observation roll, people.
Yeah.
Is he a lying son of a bitch? Did you roll for Maude?
I can roll for Maude, yes. A lying son of a bitch. Just what?
I observed something.
Henrik, nothing. Sebastian, nothing.
I observed a singular thing, maybe.
I observed two singular things.
Maude. Oh, I rolled privately. Apologies. Maude got 2 successes. So those of you who pass, notice he looks a little bit uncomfortable talking about Hammerstrom. No, I mean I did speak to him on a couple of occasions, but I certainly didn't ask to speak to him that evening. I tend to like a lot of my evenings to myself.
Don't we all?
On the occasions that you did manage to speak to those fellows, what did you talk about?
Well, obviously they were they were here to try and acquire the village for Mr. von Meijer, obviously. And as the local priest, they felt that they needed to talk with me about it.
What would have become of your church, and indeed your position, if the acquisition had gone ahead?
It would have been leveled.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
It would have been leveled.
I don't think Mr. von Meijer said that entirely. Julian says with this exact face, looking at Anna.
What just literally was like, beside me.
What do you mean What do you mean levels?
think
As
the
far
word
as
is-
I am aware, my position here is not up for debate.
My
You
friend
had a
is
lot to
waxing
drink last
lyrical.
night.
I'm just going to get a bit of fresh air outside.
Of course it isn't.
Yeah. And Anna steps outdoors.
Father.
That's
But-
not what we have been given to believe by Mr. von Meijer either.
Are you implying that he wants to knock down my church?
No, I don't think so. I think the worst that he wants to do, as it were, is build more, in fact.
Why was that ever the impression you were given by Mr. Hammerstrom and Mr. Lindisberg?
Not at all.
Linda's cult.
I was super close with that one.
You said Bundesberg.
No, I said Lindisberg. Lindisberg.
It's
That's
the
that would be
Swedish chef all
Linda's
over
blip.
again.
Linda's blip.
I love that the one Swedish one among us is the one who muffs all of the names. Fabulous. Anyway, sorry.
Right. Surely they wouldn't consider knocking down the church. It's stood here for hundreds of years.
We have no
I
way
mean,
of knowing if that would be what happened. I'm sure my friend Captain Coombe was indeed waxing lyrical, and she has been under a lot of stress recently. And as her doctor, I can absolutely say that perhaps she is given to bouts of excitement. I would disregard what she has said on this occasion.
How could you consider?
Julian's fucking lucky Anna's not overhearing this.
Oh, he knows.
How could you consider working for a man that would consider demolishing a church? The house of
exactly
God?
it. Yes. We are quite sure that that is not what is going to happen. Nothing has, to our knowledge, nothing of that has been discussed. And certainly we would have made note of that if it had been mentioned to us. But obviously we do not know the specifics of Mr. von Meier's plans.
We were concerned that Mr. The two guys that I just mentioned, they may have mentioned something along those lines. That was what the fears of some of the villagers were, you see. So I was wondering if they had ever spoken about anything about the church to you.
Which is understandable.
My brother in
People
Christ.
have worries about change all the time.
Do you mean if Mr. Hammerstrom and Lindskold spoke to me about the church, or if
Yes.
members of the community? No, not at all. Not at all. Oh dear, this is really quite disturbing. After all I did.
Would you permit us instead, perhaps, Julian sort of seizes upon something, perhaps, even if it were ever to be considered, perhaps you could show us more of this wonderful church, and then we would be able to put an incredibly good petition towards Mr. von Meijer, because I don't believe he himself has been here yet.
Well, you're free to give me a manipulation roll, Julian.
I'm not flirting with him, so it's your usual manipulation thing.
You're not? That'd be a first. Okay. Yes. Please, you are free to look around to your heart's content. It is a relatively plain church, but it is a nice one.
Absolutely.
I find it quite beautiful.
It is kind of you to say so. We are very proud of it here.
Can Julian sort of bang his head quickly? Can he have a good old scout around for like? What's Anna laughing about now?
I thought Julian banged his head rather than bowed his head.
Well, it's like 6'2" or 3. You never know. It's like,
yeah, I thought he was banging his head against something.
oh,
This is the church doing. Yeah, it is.
it is a church. It's solid wood.
Stone.
The base.
Julian's going to, cast a look around for any kind of imagery. If there's stained glass windows, if there's like little etching things in stones, anything like that, or even anything that looks kind of special.
Well, I mean, there will be imagery. It's a church. What specifically are you looking for?
Anything that doesn't necessarily look straight out of the Bible, and of course Julian would know.
Okay. So, you're investigating, or are you observing?
Ooh, I'm gonna.
I would say it's probably more observation if you're looking around the room.
Yeah.
It's more investigation if you're looking for stuff that's hidden.
Oh,
so
blast.
Give me an observation roll.
Observation. Okay.
2. You see nothing that is you wouldn't expect to see in a church.
Blast it.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Anna, what are you up to outside?
Anna's going to go have a wander around the churchyard, and I want to have a look and see if anything looks weird or suspicious, or just generally non-churchy. Is this like a really big graveyard? It looks quite big from the picture.
It's quite a good size for the size of it. Yeah.
For the size of the town, it looked huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna wants to just go over and poke around at the graves and see if anything's weird. Don't laugh at me more. Oh no, the face.
Give me a vigilance roll then, please, Anna.
I'm not vigilant. I'm looking for stuff.
You may be, but I would still like you to give me a vigilance roll. Okay.
Well, I've noticed shit. I'm not vigilant. Can I now
You didn't specifically look for wolves, so no.
And now you can give me an investigation roll as you are investigating.
Oh, cripes.
Oh dear. Oh dear. No, Anna sees shit all.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a ladybug.
So, it's a very nice graveyard, is what you see. It goes right up to the woods at the top end, and it's relatively well maintained. It's it looks like they maintain the gravel paths very nicely as well. They look like that they are kept swept and tied and clear.
Can I go have a look at the walls around the graveyard?
They look like walls. Yep, you can certainly do that. As you sort of are passing round the upper area of the graveyard, however,
No, however.
Sorry?
No, however.
No, however.
Sorry, continue.
You hang on. Where has it gone?
I find a butterfly, and it's really pretty.
Find a butterfly. No.
There was so much more glee in that no than I liked.
You have.
If only you had found simply a butterfly.
You see, butterflies don't have teeth.
And it gets savaged by a butterfly.
Call Maude out. She'll be fascinated.
Add to my note.
Exactly.
Super quick sketch.
while it's biting your finger.
Or Anna's favourite.
It's
Oh
the
my
bottom
God.
line from Silence of the Lambs, says Sebastian.
Not a moth.
That was a moth, I believe.
An
Ooh.
evil moth.
Evil moth. Oh, stand for references now.
So as you
Sorry.
are walking around the forest at the top, you suddenly hear a crack of a branch behind you. And you turn,
I turn.
and back in the church.
Oh, wait, no, thank you.
Bro!
What's everyone else up to?
I tried. I'm quite vigilant. I think I lost vigilance recently with the whole whatever it
Yeah,
was.
but the whole lose all of these points forever
Yeah.
exodus.
Mhm.
I was going to continue having a boring conversation with the priest. So if anybody else wanted to sneak around or anything, that would
Can I investigate? I want to search for things that are hidden, like, I don't know, secret doors or, you know, dead letterboxes, that kind of shiz.
In the church,
In the church.
just in the main church building. Okay.
Okay. So since I'm having a conversation,
Wait. You say the main church building.
Mhm.
In other words, there's another building somewhere.
No,
Are you sure?
you've obviously got the main church building.
Yes.
Yeah, which is all this,
We.
and you've got the sacristy. So it's just whether you're trying to get into the sacristy or whether you're just searching around in the.
So I should go to the sacristy, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying that at all.
All right, just give me the main part of the building first, then. And
Because you're looking at different rooms.
yes.
So you can't, if you're searching the church, you're not searching the sacristy. If you're searching the sacristy, you're not searching the church.
I will search.
So I just want to know
the
where
main
you are.
room, and then I'll try and find a way to get into the sacristy because
Right.
it's a place that I will see that I've not been. So I'm doing an investigate.
I am being very generous with giving you that much of information, but I just want to work out exactly what it is you're doing. Investigate. Okay. So, yeah, it's a church. There's nothing of any interest that you notice in the church. It's a church.
Julian's
It's a nice
getting
church.
increasingly
It's well
frustrated
maintained.
with
It's
this
well
case.
maintained, and it's a church.
Are the others kind of if Henrik is considering continuing rather this boring conversation, Julian will find an excuse to try and pop into the sacristy, hoping that door is well oiled enough that it won't squeak as it opens.
yes, I'm also in.
Give me a stealth roll.
I knew they were doing this, so I'm distracting the priest
Yep.
as part of my conversation.
Yep.
What do you mean they? It's apparently me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I knew the rest of you might. Yeah, I know you were going to sneak off to something, but I assume everybody else would do some sneaking at this point. So I'm intentionally trying to keep the priest's focus on me.
You're being the anti-sneak to our sneak, like it. You're providing that good balance.
That is a good role for Henrik, the anti-sneak.
The anti-sneak. That would be a
Okay.
very good role for Henrik.
Actually, I improved my stealth to 2. That was pretty good.
Okay, so you have, so you are in you're in the sacristy. I nearly called him Tybalt for some reason, but that's because his surname is Talbot. Sebastian, you rat catcher, will you walk? Thank you for that free Shakespeare quote.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, are you up to anything? Or are you just loitering with financially rich intent?
Financial intent. Oh, I love it.
You're muted, Carl. I've got no idea what you're saying.
Isn't that a lawyer?
What financial intent?
Financial intent.
Loitering with financial intent. I think that's the
That's
definition.
100% a lawyer. Yes. Excuse me.
Okay, so you're in as Sebastian is typing rather than unmuting himself.
We can't hear him anyway.
And Maude, if you feel free to contribute if you wish, or you can always I've got my WhatsApp set up here, so you can always message me if that is easier for you.
Go on, Maude, what you up to?
Maude is also sneaking, but in such a way that should she get caught, it looks like she's just taking notes and being interested in a journalistic fashion, not a nosy one.
Where is she sneaking?
Fabulous.
Where?
Wherever is currently uninvestigated. Is the sacristy the only separate room?
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Go examine the baptismal font.
And ask him about the Grimm legend. Okay.
Love it. Sebastian's got a plan. Good man.
Yeah, I was getting to that, Sebastian. I was going to ask him a bit about the history of the church and work into that. That was my.
Okay. Well, as you are doing that, can you both give me manipulation rolls, please?
Cool.
Sorry, the way you said that, Leaf, was hilarious. It reminded me of going to the seaside with the brothers and sisters and being like, well, actually, I saw the sea 5 minutes ago. I just didn't say.
Anyway,
Never mind.
You're both very unconvincing, so that's fine.
No, blast.
well, I still want to hear about the history of the church.
That's fine. So, Julian, you're in the sacristy.
Yes, I am. What do I see in the sacristy? Is it like a...
Give me an investigation roll and pass
it like-
well.
Oh, do I have any mods? No. Flip. Oh,
Student rolling. One success.
one.
Okay.
It's not enough, is it?
Well, as you're poking around, one of the stones in the wall moves very slightly.
Yes, I knew it.
Do you need more investigation? Because Maude can always sneak her way up and in to add some more rolling.
No, that sounds like metagaming to me. So no.
What Julian's going to do, sort of like being on his
Julian,
own, yes,
have a look in your handouts.
in my hand.
I like the Julian was like, oh yes, secret passage. My thing was like, oh no, possessed stone.
Yes,
You're gonna
I was just watching him.
I'm
for
sorry, I've
anybody.
got a
So
handout
for the rest of you, he finds a little egg in there.
No, he does not.
It's
Take
his
that back.
twin. It's his
No.
twin brother. Twin
This is
egg
not
baby
what's
brother.
going on. No, okay.
Bring
Sorry,
Julian,
you're gonna have to
run off the
2B.
2B. 1 second. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff in here.
There is a lot of stuff in there now. Yeah.
2B, 2B, 2B. Got it.
Underneath 2A will be
All right.
the novel place for it. So whilst you're looking at that, Anna,
Yes, I heard the crack. I turned. What happened?
you heard the crack and you turned.
Oh no.
You're right there, Julian.
I'm fine. Sorry, metagaming made me go, oh no.
Ah, okay. So you turn around and there is, hang on, a lady
Oh, okay.
looking at you. A young lass of early 20s, with a mass of red hair, and she grins at you and laughs and said, "You had no idea I was here." I mean, do you not
it's
pay
like,
any
no.
attention at all to what's going on around you?
No, I did not know you were there. Do you make it a habit of sneaking up on people in churchyards?
Many people I don't know. My name's Philomena.
Anna holds out her hand.
Ah, hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I was just out in the forest doing some hunting, and I could have hunted you.
Anna points to her rifle and her saber, and it's like, I think it's a good job you didn't.
She doesn't have her rifle.
She does. She doesn't have a pistol.
Right.
She holds up a bow, and she says, "You didn't see me." But anyway.
Who are your parents? I feel like they're raising you poorly.
Oh, my mother is Dorothea. My father's dead.
Maude
Did
were
you
there, she
shoot
would have
him?
told him to keep those thoughts inside when confronting a stranger.
Inside
Well, too
thoughts.
bad Maud's not there.
Inside thoughts.
Yeah, inside thoughts. Please, Anna. While none of us is there, inside thoughts.
Right.
My mother is one of the largest landowners here in Farnsta.
I see.
Yeah. It's so exciting. When I heard that there were some more visitors here, I couldn't wait to meet you, to be honest, but I didn't think I'd run into you this soon.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. Are you any good with a bow?
Yeah.
Do you want to shoot some stuff?
With you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, my friends are examining architecture. It's not really my thing.
Oh. As long as you promise to tell me all about the outside world.
Do you not know the outside world?
I've never left Farnsta. I'd like to.
Wow.
I'd love to travel and see the world.
The world's great.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
So, you're going to come hunting with me then?
Sounds good. No, I can't go too far. I need to keep in sort of.
Give me a vigilance roll, please, Anna.
And sorry, my camera isn't on, but I've been giving you the thumbs up for this entire thing. Yes.
Okay. She's got one vigilance.
Okay. You notice, you suddenly see that Wilhelmina starts glancing over your shoulder, and she looks quite confused. And you turn and you follow her gaze, and there is a whole load of crows sat in a tree further down the graveyard from you.
Do any of these crows have glowing green eyes?
No, they're just crows.
Let's move away from the crows. Philomena.
What? Why? It's quite unusual.
Yeah. I sort of had some run-ins with some crows recently. They're intelligent birds. I recommend not shooting them.
Oh no, I wouldn't shoot a crow.
No.
You know why crows gather like that?
To herald death?
Not to herald death, because of a death.
Oh, you think there's someone... Do you want to go have a look at the crows?
Well, I don't understand why there would be so many crows gathered in one place.
I'm going to go have a look. You stay here, Philomena. I'm just going to go check what the crows are up to. And Anna wanders over to have a look what the crows are all looking at.
Okay. So you wander over, and as you get close to where the crows are, they sort of take off, and lots of squawking and stuff as they fly into the air. And the people, those of you in the church, so this is around the time, Julian, that you find the loose stone and the thing therein. You suddenly hear faintly coming from outside the call of many, many crows. And
Julian has a quite heart attack.
yes, that the timing of that would be quite apt, wouldn't it?
It really was.
Anna as you approach, you can you can smell the stink of something rotten in the
Oh
air.
no.
Oh, no.
Philomena, stay where you are, please. Oh God, I'm just gonna go have a look. What is it?
So you approach and you see hidden just out of sight on the edge of the woods, you see a leg protruding.
Great. And it gets closer, sees what the leg's attached to.
So as you get there and it becomes a better view, the putrid stench grows and it's very intense. And you see what the crows were feasting on within the shrubbery. There's a body lying there. It seems dressed maybe for some sort of fancy occasion, but now the fine garments are reduced to bloody rags. It certainly was a human at one point, but now looks like something that's probably been thrown into a potato masher. The limbs are broken and pointing in different directions, bones protruding through what's left of the skin. And though the chest is face down to the ground, the head is staring straight up at the sky.
Oh God.
There is an eye missing from the socket, probably consumed by one of the crows. And you get close enough, you can see that in the empty socket there is a little colony of maggots working its way out.
Ooh.
The jaw has been broken, dangling off the savaged face at an odd angle. And there are large cuts along the head and the body, with tiny marks, most likely the pecking of the crows. The dry brown blood is soaked into the soil on which the body is rested. But despite this rather grotesque state, even Anna can recognize that this most definitely matches the description of Hammerstrom. Back in the church.
Oh wait, can I send Philomena somewhere?
You can, if you wish, yes.
Anna's gonna say to Philomena, there's a don't come close, there's a doctor in the church. Can you go find Julie and tell him Anna sent you to him to come out here, but don't come close.
Is everything okay? What's going on?
Someone's been hurt, but I need you to go get the doctor.
And she nods and she runs off.
And we're back in the church?
Back in the church.
Julian having sort of like...
Before we go to you, Julian.
Oh.
Leaf. Henrik and Sebastian, your conversation with the priest, what you can get from him is that the church was built in the 1200s, that there has always, that since the church was built, because there was a very strong Christian mentality within the village, although he says that it's kind of touch and go as to whether everyone turns up for services. But of course, they're very busy trying to maintain their living in this isolated community. So he understands that they can't always attend church. He says people do come and visit on a regular basis, and he quite often has many chats with them. He does tell you that there is quite a lot of talk within the village about why the two gentlemen were there and the selling of the land, and he is sad to confess that if the rumors of demolishing the church were true, if they did vote to sell, none of them would stand up for him. if the church was to be demolished.
Oh, that he doesn't have enough support of the community if that was the choice.
Correct.
And what of the families? We get 3 more dice. Sebastian says. Well, first of all, what of the families? The Karlstroms and the Skits.
What of them? What is it you're after?
No, I mean, what is their influence? Do you find they have much influence amongst the townsfolk that you've spoken to over the past many years?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, yes, Martha is. She certainly considers herself the de facto. I guess in an old village, we'd say that she considers herself the chief. But alongside that, you try adding to the manipulation roll. You think you should have 3 more dice. I mean, I think I should have 500 more dice. But so what is it? Why is it you think you should have? I looking at your talents. Why are you lying? Yes, you can. You can have 1 extra dice for the manipulation, but I don't think you're lying. You've asked the priest for information, so that's not lying. But you can certainly have 1 extra.
Sebastian tries to deck the priest up, and
That's what it looks like.
Oh God, Sebastian! But they've got the grip on you.
Swings and misses. Yeah, so you can roll 1 extra.
Or maybe that was a missed high five.
Yeah. Smacks him around the face instead of high-fiving him.
Base, smack around the face.
Buttery biscuit base. Yeah. Still not manipulative. So yes, I mean, I think yes. I mean, Martha certainly is or considers herself to be very much in charge, but I think people would listen to Dorothea if she, particularly in this matter, if she made a decision one way or another and vocally expressed her support to one side or the other. I think the majority of people would probably follow what she does. Yeah, it's quite an interesting dynamic between the two of them, shall we say.
Is there ever any problems in the town? Any difficulties, any scuffles, any arguments between factions or families or anything like that? I know sometimes it happens a lot in these remote communities that people become a bit more tribal, as we would say.
Everyone seems to function very well as a unit here, I have to say. If only I could say with certainty that
that they are devout in their beliefs, then I would then be able to say that I don't think I could work in a more cohesive place.
Well, that's always our issue, isn't it, my brother in Christ? Trying to get to 100%. We can never do it. We always struggle, just like Jesus.
Indeed. And it is through our struggles that we find our faith.
It is our struggles that prove as an example to others.
Well, there is that as well. I concur. I concur.
So, but I must ask, and this may seem like a very strange question, but me and my colleague here are quite interested in this. We heard of the tale that this village, and in fact this church, has what they call a grim. That there is a secret dark guardian of the church.
A monster? Lurking in the house of God? Oh, don't be so silly. I thought you were a man of God.
I am. I'm
And you believe that such a beast could exist within the walls of God's sanctity?
My friend, please look into my eyes with all sincerity. I have seen many, many strange things. So to have a guardian of the church, no, that does not seem strange to my eyes or ears. Not at all. I tell you this before God, with all sincerity. I have seen things much stranger. Beasts of the ancient world. Trust me.
I have no idea what you mean. Julian, what are you up to?
I'm going to, having heard some crow nonsense outside, I'm going to dash out of the sacristy as sort of like coolly as I possibly can and look around to see if there's a Jesus, if there's a crucifix actually in the church.
I'm looking to see if there's a Jesus.
You know what I mean? I need to know if there's a Jesus. Tell me where the Jesus is.
You got to check every church.
This is
it's like, where's Waldo?
I was a proper Christian from like age 13 till 27. I still don't know what's what, cross, crucifix nonsense.
Well, there's always one on an altar, is there not?
Well, you tell me, mate. Is there one?
There is always one on an altar.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
sorry, pause. I'm just gonna quickly restart, guys, to see if my webcam can go.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Right.
Don't kill each other.
So if there is one on an altar.
So as you come out of the sacristy,
yes,
the church door bangs open, and this very sweet-looking, red-headed lass comes charging in, and suddenly the church is full of redheads. Actually, no, it's not, because Anna is outside. But she comes in and excuse me, Father. I'm looking for a doctor. There's a doctor, Julian.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anna says, "Can you come, please? There's somebody hurt outside."
Oh, right. Yes, coming. And as he goes by, can he take Maude by the arm and say, Amy seems to have frozen, so I don't know if we can hear those guys at the moment.
I'm here.
Oh, very, very quietly.
Oh, your camera's gone, but yes.
Am I here?
Yeah, oh, you're back again.
As Julian's going by, let me just grab hold of Miss Martin's arm and say, I need you to find out where Jesus is looking. What's he looking at?
Just a small philosophical question there.
And then Julian takes off outside.
Maude takes a moment, wishes she'd followed other career paths. but then turns to look at Jesus.
You have to find Jesus. It's a lifelong search, but Maude can do it in the next 20 minutes.
He's got a white and red striped jumper on and a big red hat
Excellent.
and glasses.
You'd think he'd stand out a little more then.
Ah, but he hides in jigsaw puzzles and all sorts.
Yes, you're looking for Jesus.
So should I investigate or observe?
Well, I think you need to try and find the Jesus, and which Jesus, because there's potentially more than one Jesus.
Try and find a Jesus.
So that's investigation, surely.
That's a great view of Jussard's arse. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Sebastian, but thank you for sharing that with us.
So Jesus is a figure of reality.
And Maude sounds like she's broken.
That's wonderful.
Maude doesn't know.
Nobody needs your input.
I know you asked for it. All you know is that that Julian came up to you and whispered to you.
I was there.
Yes. Whatever you want to do based on that information is up to you.
Okay.
Sorry, Julian, I should have given you something else as well.
Oh, all right.
No.
She's talking about.
No.
2F.
I've got nothing.
You need to look for
Did
a
I
Jesus.
find it in the same place?
Investigation.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Does roll investigation.
Phone call.
Maude would like to roll investigation, please, Andrew.
Yes.
He smooshed me in the face.
I was attempting to stop things getting out of it. All the things just kept falling out.
He did.
Hang on, let me just make it so that people can see the roll again.
And can somebody fill me in on what happened the last 2 minutes?
Oh, Maude broke, and
Broke what?
just broke
Just internally.
internally. Yeah. You've not really.
Julian's looking for God, so you've missed that, Henrik.
Yeah.
What?
No, right? Turn your back for a second.
Why
Yeah.
did that?
Anna's carrying holy
Oh, that's
water.
fine. I'm on the
It's
wrong
just-
Yeah, am I outside yet? What's going on?
Just a minute. I'm just about to do a roll for Maude, but I've just made it
We
so
did
that
that.
people can see. So
Julie hasn't told you.
there we are. Oh, it's still done as a private roll. Oh, that's annoying. 3 successes.
Oh, it's saying.
So you identify 2 potential Jesuses in the church,
Nice.
and they are not looking in the same direction.
Follow one, I reckon.
What? Yes, I did yesterday.
So there we go.
They're in your email from yesterday, but I'll resend.
Okay. So if as Anna and Maude seem to be having their own conversation, Julian, you follow her outside, and she leads you across the graveyard to where you can see Anna stood by some trees on the edge of the graveyard.
And
and some
is the girl come with him?
Yes.
Anna's going to hold up her hand to Philomena and be like, stay there for me, Philomena. Julian, we found him. and it's not pretty.
All right. Why don't you stay here with Miss? I'm terribly sorry. Was it Wilhelmina?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you stay here and I'll have a look.
All right. Anna's going to come and just stand near them, but also sort of blocking her from looking at the corpse.
Okay.
One success there, Julian.
I mean, do you not want to? Are you? You don't need to. You know, the body's there. You don't need to look for it. But do you not necessarily, potentially, as a doctor, want to use medicine?
It's a dead body.
Yeah, I'm not sure medicine is gonna do
help.
much. But give me a moment.
Well, I mean, you do what you want. If you're not interested in how the person died, then don't bother with medicine.
Investigation.
If you're just
for,
wanting to search
the dead bodies.
Fine, I just didn't check it.
For God's sake.
You didn't use your bag.
I'll
You're not
use my
using
bag
your
then.
medical.
I'll use my bag. Well, it says medicine.
Do you want me to go and check it?
2.
I've already eaten half.
And don't you dare, Andrew Slate, I'm warning you.
You've already eaten half it. Are
Say,
you sure? Are you sure you've eaten half of it?
if you dare say, Andrew, yes, he's dead, I will be ever so angry.
So, he's dead. But not just dead, but clearly dead by a rather large predator.
Scratch marks or...
Oh, just brutally. You'd be thinking of something the size of a bear or a large wolf.
oh, wonderful.
But more likely than not, based on the information that you have at hand, that it's probably also a potential that it could be a grim, or indeed something worse. As you have searched the body as well with your investigation roll,
Yeah, I was.
you also find you're collecting things personally at the moment. You also find something on the body which is now also in your handouts. And whilst you're looking at that, I shall return to Henrik and Sebastian, who are still talking with the priest, although you have been somewhat disturbed by the girl coming in and saying there's somebody hurt outside. Henrik.
Well, now that a girl just burst into the room and said there's somebody hurt outside, I think we're going to go check it out. How does the priest react?
If you'll just bear with me, according to me, I am now the only person online, so I just need to refresh my screen.
That's really bizarre. Yeah, we all look up as on.
I'm gonna double check my thing too. I'm gonna reboot it.
Everybody looks online to me. Très confusé.
If everyone's rebooting anyway. He heard you saying you'd eaten half of it.
Eaten half of what?
Because then he repeated it. Didn't you hear that?
What later?
When you said you'd eaten half of it.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew repeated that into his microphone.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Me either.
There we go, and my webcam's on.
Woo!
Hey!
Now I can successfully metagame with facial features. Or facial expressions, sorry.
My t-shirt looks green in the camera.
Hmm. Picking up the light.
Weird.
Can people hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Let's see.
I thought I was being so funny, and people couldn't hear me.
No, we couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I was going, it's yes, Maude, we can hear you. There we go. So yes. Henrik and Sebastian, what are you two up to? Are you still talking to the priest? The priest is looking somewhat concerned with Wilhelmina coming in and announcing that somebody's hurt outside.
Yeah, when she burst in, how did the priest react?
Startled. And
all right, well,
looks a bit concerned.
What Jesus is looking at.
What is Jesus looking at? That is the question.
which one? She found
There were two Jesuses. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're gonna go out. Is the priest going to follow along beside us? Shall I help him out? Shall I give him an arm? Is he that old?
No, he's quite
You
capable
look
of.
quite old.
I only saw his face.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is of an age, but he is still able to get up and about.
All right. Well, we're gonna follow along.
Okay. So,
I assumed me and Sebastian assumed that the priest would also want to, attend
absolutely.
to that.
Yeah, he is hobbling out. So, Anna can see whilst Julian is examining the body. Suddenly, the entire world looks like it's descending on you.
Anna's going to hold out her hand to them to be like, wait there.
Mm-hmm. Maude, are you staying in the church to examine the Jesuses?
I am.
Okay.
I'm seizing this moment in case the examination takes me places where the priest or other people might not want me to be.
Does
is
Anna
Taika
have
still around? Because
Taika's around, yeah.
I would in turn grab her by the elbow and ask if she would like to stay and help me find Jesus.
Taika backs away.
But I feel like if anyone's going to help me with investigation, Taika is the person for it.
Taika is the person. So has Anna got the church up on her screen?
Anna does.
Right. So obviously we have the Jesus on the cross on the altar, who is doing a very Jesus kind of I'm on the cross kind of stare. So it's kind of looking up in this general direction. And then there is another Jesus in the window who is looking in kind of this general direction.
Sacristy, where I feel like the hanging on the cross one. Did you say they're looking up?
Yeah.
Well, yes, because he's kind of like this.
Up into this sort of ceiling. Slightly.
But up in this kind of direction.
Okay,
but yes, it's kind of quite high.
I feel like I might need more equipment to investigate up there, so I'm going to. So I'm gonna follow second Jesus and investigate in their sight line towards the sacristy. And unless Taika has any excellent ideas for getting up to look where other Jesus is staring into the ceiling, I will ask her to come with me, because 2 eyes, 4 eyes, 2 heads, better than 1.
Oh dear.
Okay.
So
hang on. We'll have Taika do a little bit of a roll here.
Excellent.
Not the time for acrobatics, Taika.
No, not an acrobatics roll, just an investigation roll. Oh, I'm still on. Why am I still on private rolling? Anyway, Taika got 3 successes there.
Jesus.
So
I knew she was the woman for the job.
as you kind of walk towards the sacristy, Taika says, wait. The Jesus in the window is probably actually looking more at this corner rather than, it looks like he's looking in this direction. So whether he's looking through the wall, but it's certainly looking here more than at the sacristy door or past the sacristy.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
In which case, I think we should step closer and do some more investigating. Maybe poke the wall a bit.
It's a solid
And
wall.
Maude did expressions at Anna.
Yeah, but there's no one here to get offended.
It is a solid wall. Unfortunately, Julian didn't really give you any context as to follow the Jesus.
Is it worth? Is it worth?
I'm nodding to you, Julian. For some reason, you're showing us Jussard on my screen, which is very confusing.
Oh yeah, on mine as well.
Oh yeah. So there's nothing to see outside the sacristy.
No.
So I'm gonna quickly skip down those tiny stairs into it. Are they tiny stairs or is that...
They are stairs, but there is a doorway. Yes.
So I'm just gonna skip down the tiny stairs and look at the other side of the wall.
It's
from
a wall.
there. Do I need to investigate?
It's a wall.
I am going to consider some serious words with Julian later about sort of concise and clear instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if Jesus could look through this wall, would his gaze continue to the far side of the sacristy?
Well, there's a question.
So I'm going to go and investigate the far side of the
So you need
sacristy.
Anna and her compass.
Where you see a solid wall.
What's that little knobbly thing in the middle?
Two alcoves. They're just recesses, yes.
And so there's nothing worth looking at here at all.
Just walls.
So many walls, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's like each of the alcoves holds a nice little statue. There's a Mary in one, a Mary and baby, and so baby Jesus.
Maybe you say, would that be Jesus?
Do not hit it with your quarterstaff.
And the other one just has a few books in it.
Okay, is baby Jesus looking anywhere?
At his mummy.
Okay, I'll take a quick look at her just to be certain. No, Mary's not doing anything out of the ordinary.
No.
Crying blood. You solved it. You cracked the case.
Woo! Okay. So returning outside of the sacristy, I'm going to look at Taika, look up at the ceiling into which other Jesus now gazes, and just ask her if she's got any ideas.
None.
There's no kind of like balcony thing or anything running round the edge of the church?
No.
Right. Again, more words to share with Julian upon our next meeting. Gonna stick my head back into the sacristy and see if there's anything vaguely resembling a ladder.
No.
This is not
you know what the group brought, except remember the rope and the crowbar are in Henrik's bag over his back.
Oh yes,
just outside.
Ooh, okay, that's promising. Before that, however, if I give Taika a boost, will she reach the ceiling?
In a church? No.
Oh my goodness.
Meet Taika. Woohoo!
It's a wooden church. I don't know how big
It's
they
not.
were.
It's not wooden. It's stone.
It's the only stone building in town. Sorry. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
It's been around for like hundreds of years.
Yeah, it could
However,
just be
you-
robust wood.
There's no room for that.
Anyway, okay, fine. If I can't boost Taika up there, she
Please,
has
can
no
she try
ideas.
to boost Taika?
Julian, cross with an image of Jesus is called a crucifix. Says viewer on YouTube.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I thought. I thought I was using it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Honestly,
Go on, throw Taika.
We need to
Please
not.
do not
We need to
Taika.
not injure Taika. I might need her.
You can catch her just into the air and back down again.
it's suddenly
Yes,
becoming a
or
circus act.
We could go and
Where am I while all this nonsense is happening?
You're
you're
investigating the
investigating
body.
the dead body.
Right. Have I finished?
And
Oh yes, I've
and-
told you everything and given you everything that you're going to find,
And
and
And-
you're being joined by everyone else.
You can see.
yes,
With the
Henrik and the
exception-
priest and Sebastian are slowly
Okay.
walking up, so you have plenty of time to go up to Henrik and ask for the
Yes,
satchel. with the
indeed.
equipment.
Okay, Maude is going to leave Taika there just in case anything happens. Like, keep an eye on Jesus's. And she's going to go down to follow where the others have been, look out for Henrik and sort of him.
Oh, yeah.
They will be over by the body by the time you get out of the church, because you've obviously spent some time searching and looking, and they will have walked. So there'll be no sting because they will already be
Okay,
at the body.
you say that you don't know Maude. She's a champion.
Well, yes.
She sneaks towards them.
Sneaks.
Sneak, sneak, sneak. She doesn't want to just
Don't
glance
be
to them.
We need the moocher song.
Oh my god.
And then
Ghost is looking at you, going, "I'm sorry, what?"
and then
Hiding behind the gravestones.
subtly attracts Henrik's attention and beckons him to come
The
over.
eyeballs are so wide right now.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna work because they are all going to be rather fixated on a very mutilated corpse. I think you would have to try incredibly hard.
Can Anna
And-
stop this, considering Anna's facing the group, trying to like stop them looking at the corpse too much?
Give me a vigilance roll, Anna.
Oh,
All right, come
God.
on, Anna. Yay! Ow!
Careful with yourself.
Anna sees Maude with the pointing and the eyes and the mouthing.
But we have to catch up time.
Cool. Perfect.
So yes, you will.
We'll see
Back at the
Maude.
body. Henrik, Sebastian, Julian.
Julian's
Dead
going to very
blood
quickly
score.
look at what he just found
Right.
before it can be seen.
Do we see Julian pocket the thing?
If you no, because you're facing the wrong way.
Oh, I am facing the wrong way.
What does he-
Something off the corpse. He's
Okay,
leaving
so
it there.
My
The
God.
trio of Henrik and Sebastian and the actual priest arrive at the thing.
The actual
Actual
priest.
priest and say
The
there, Henrik.
actual priest.
This parish's priest
Mhm.
arrive at the and I say, Julian, what have you found?
I'm afraid I believe I found Mr. Hammerstrom. What remains of him anyway?
I found him.
All right, well, fair enough. He has
Okay.
been found. I didn't
What
read-
have you discovered?
He's a little bit dead.
He's certainly been here a little while, and yes, there is nothing to be done apart from
The
turns
colour
to
drains from the priest's face.
Oh shit! Someone catch him.
Mr. Nilstrom.
I
What is
hold his hand in solidarity.
what is the process for when you have a body such as this? We will of course need to inform Mr. von Meijer and to see whether his remains will need to be sent on to his family, for example.
Well, I think that we should inform Miss Kolstrom. Miss Kolstrom is that's the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
Oh, don't look. Anna's going to stand and block his view.
Perhaps, Mr. Nilstrom, you and Mr. Talbot would go along as fast as possible to Ms. Kolstrom and let her know. I can more or less sort things out here. Do you have something such as a shroud that I could at least cover him with?
Or a coffin we could pop him
Exactly.
I don't have coffins just lying around, unfortunately. There should be some cloth that you can use in the sacristy.
That would be very helpful, thank you.
Could you give us a better description of the cloth, just so we don't grab anything that's not...
Something that's used for ceremonies, for example.
In the opposite corner from the door, there should be a chest with a lot of white cloth in it. Anything from there.
Very well. I'll run and get it. Will you be okay, Father?
I think he should be taken and sat down somewhere with a cup of tea.
And then go to Miss Karlstrom's. Yes, he would be the best one to inform her as well. So, yes.
Henrik, do you want to take him?
Yes. Here, I'll take him. I'll take him to
Miss Karlstrom's.
Miss Karlstrom's. I believe that is that. Would that be all right with you, Father Nistrom?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Very well. Here, I'll just drop my bag off here with my colleague.
Thank you. Anna takes the bag and holds it a little gingerly.
Oh, I thought we're walking back out of the churchyard, so I'll be passing past Maude, who's coming.
Well,
out.
how do you know that that's what Maude wants?
No, okay, drop it off here with Anna then.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was just
Okay.
I was hoping Maude was coming out at the same time I was leaving after this. I thought the time.
I agree, Mr. Talbot. Why don't you take Mr. Nilstrom over to Miss Karlstrom's house, and we'll sort out things as best as we can here, without too much bother.
Oh, good idea.
Okay. Yes. Right.
Off you two go.
Coffins?
Yeah, they'll work it out.
Can I do an investigation roll on the graveyard, just having, or maybe an observation roll?
So have they left?
On the graveyard.
Yes. On the graveyard for...
I want to see if there's any spades.
You're going to bury him?
No.
Oh. Anna mimes. Yeah. I see. Understood.
Blast.
He's a bit mangled.
Sorry. So has Sebastian and the priest left this zone?
Anna, can you see
Yes.
anything spade-like or similar?
I will go look.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't have to whisper if they left.
We don't know, do we? Sebastian
I would
can't
like to see if we
walk.
can find an empty coffin or something nearby that she can pop him into.
An empty coffin.
What if we were a full one?
With the way his body sounds like it is, we could sort of might manipulate it in. You never know.
No.
Obviously not. But
Okay, wait a second. Okay, so the priest and Sebastian have left this area.
Yes.
Okay, good. Julian, what did you find? What killed him?
Look at him. He's been eaten.
it's well,
Okay.
it was definitely a grim.
Did either of you check like the woods in the zone right behind the
Oh,
church?
yes. As soon as I find a mangled corpse, my first thing is to wander into the woods on my own. I've done that before.
Be my guest, Mr. Gustafsson. That's fine. I was sort of impressed with the body itself.
And for sure, this is the guy that we're looking for?
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm very certain.
I was
No,
asking
1000%.
Julian.
Yeah,
Why are
absolutely.
you asking Julian? Why are you
Absolutely.
asking me? I found him. I looked at him. I know him.
Okay,
Nevertheless,
sorry,
I'm sure he didn't
Anna.
mean any
Fine, I'll
disrespect.
ask you.
He didn't mean any
Did-
disrespect, I'm sure, but I, for one, am certain that this is Mr. Hamstrom.
Why are you for one for certain? I am just as for certain and just as likely to be right.
Did you find anything on his body?
I didn't touch it because
Well,
I'm
then.
not a doctor.
Well then,
What
that
did
is
you
my
find on him then?
my dear.
What did
Okay,
you
you
find?
did shut up. Did you actually check his body to see if he had anything on him, like a watch or notes or anything?
Yes,
And did he have
What?
any documents on him?
yes, he did.
Well, what are they? And I hold out her
Julian
hand.
takes out the note and shows it.
What does it say?
It's in all of your handouts now, but Julian, can you please share it for the people watching online?
I can indeed. Well, if I can find it again, I can.
2G.
hold on. 2G. Sorry, there's a few twos now. To
Ooh.
Mr. G. Hammerstrom, meet me at the church after dark. I have some words that may help you in your endeavour. Regards, I Nistrom.
I think we need to have a start looking around the church and see if this is Nistrom's handwriting or not. See if we can find a sermon or something written.
Good
Well,
idea.
I think the priest is the best one for that, seeing as he is technically the most learned in such particulars. And
And a very good calligrapher.
Oh,
And,
yeah, that's useful to know.
and Julian gives it to him and says, "Don't lose it or give it to anyone else."
It's in my secret pocket.
And don't eat it.
What secret pocket?
The one that you don't know about it. That's why it's a secret
Secret.
pocket.
I've changed my mind. Give it back.
Wrong.
What do you mean secret pocket? I don't trust anything that is the word secret anywhere near you. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't.
Wrong.
Let him have his secrets. You can have a secret pocket as long as it's separate from the bacon pocket.
You
I
got
have
plenty
the
of
rock of
secrets.
truth.
You want to talk about
The rock-
anything?
The rock of truth. Right. Let's.
Mhm.
Look, we've got to do something. We've got to move fairly swiftly while he is off the grounds. So,
Okay.
Anna, would you
Yeah.
do me the greatest courtesy of finding a shroud for this thing while I go and see what Maude's been doing?
Yes, I rolled well before. Did I find a coffin, Andrew?
No.
Oh, damn it.
He's
Alright.
already told you there
Julian
aren't
sort of
any.
pelts back
Right.
into the church.
Anna's heading back to the church and bumps into Maude. Hello, Maude, in your eyes. You all right?
What? I'm watching the dead
Nice.
body.
Apparently, Henrik. No,
No,
Henrik,
you-
Henrik,
back to the
Henrik, you're
church.
looking at the calligraphy. Come with me. Come find some handwriting things.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I thought the doctor's watching the dead body. Also, I know which blankets you're allowed to take from the church without causing a problem.
That does seem wise. Anna's going to say to Julian, I think Henrik should choose this thing, not me.
Where's Sebastian?
I'm already halfway
Taking the
there.
priest away.
Oh, he's
Wait, has everyone left the corpse?
No, so hang on. Yes. Sebastian's
Everyone is
watching the
talking at
priest.
once.
Taika's watching the Jesuses.
Yes.
I'm on my way to find
Yes.
new people.
You just bumped into me. I'm like, hello.
Mhm.
and
We need to
Henrik
do this
is
stuff in an
becoming-
open space. It doesn't work with more than one space with all of us. We get like this. Anyway, Julian enters the church again as a sort of trot.
What did you want, Maude?
Wait, is Julian just running
Yes.
past and got into the
I'm
church?
going to chase
In
Julian.
which case, I'm going to go 1 second and head after Julian.
What did you find?
While-
Julian sort of spins back.
So
To
wait,
be fair,
let's
you're
just be
instructed-
clear. Nobody is staying with the body.
Apparently not.
Anna is.
Right.
Anna's still there. Anna's just sort of in the middle of the graveyard being like, what's happening? Lots of things. And she's gonna gently pat Philomelia on the back and be like, I think maybe you should head home and have some lunch.
You feel the mystical presence of a god next to you, feeling exactly the same. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm like,
Right.
what? Oh, I see. I thought you were telling her to go home and have lunch. And I was like, is God
Okay.
telling me to have
I
lunch?
say I'll be right back, Anna.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Anna waves to Henrik.
Julian says to Maude, what did you
Yeah,
find?
yeah. She's quite happy.
She's very happy today. It's disconcerting.
Okay, I'm only doing one thing. I'm going back into the church to grab those blankets and going to bring them back out. And if anybody asks me to drop off my pack with all the gear in it, I will do that.
Excellent. So Maude is then going to encounter both of you on your way in, and ask Henrik for some help, and where your bag and equipment is, and ask Julian for some more clarity on those instructions that you dropped as you left.
What did you find?
We found two Jesuses, one of whom seems to be looking at nothing of use.
Right.
Although, to be fair, we did find a third mini Jesus. He was also not looking at anything useful.
A mini Jesus.
I love Julian's face.
Where? What mini Jesus?
So we think the Jesus of interest is looking somewhere we can't get.
The Jesus of interest.
Jesus of interest, indeed.
New show.
Tell me what Jesuses you mean, please, briefly.
10-7.
We don't have much time.
Okay, Jesus of interest. Maude points up at the crucifix. Jesus looking up into the ceiling where we cannot go.
Right, definitely not him. Where's the
This is
other
often
one?
the case with Jesus.
Eliminated Jesus is looking over at the sacristy. Taika and I have carefully investigated both the walls he's actually looking at and the walls he would be looking at if it turned out he had X-ray vision. All we have found is tiny Jesus.
Where was the tiny
looking
Jesus?
up at his mother's face, which also is of nothing of interest. So that leaves us with crucifix Jesus, who is staring up into the ceiling. And despite my offering Taika a boost, we cannot reach up there to check it out.
If we all stood on each other's
Show
shoulders.
me where the second Jesus is looking, not the X-ray one, whatever that is. The
crucifix Jesus.
The first one. Show me where he's looking at.
Maude gently turns Julian around to ensure that he is looking up at crucifix Jesus, and then stretches out her arm to indicate the direction in which crucifix Jesus is staring.
He's not looking. He's looking at the ceiling. Fine. What about the other one? I need a wall or something.
So again, just coming down a little to look at window Jesus, who is then going over here.
Maude missed her calling as a real estate agent.
The arm takes Julian's gaze towards the sacristy wall, and then why not have a look for yourself just in case we've missed something? And then we walk over to have a look. And I'm assuming that since there was nothing to find, Julian will also find nothing, but a third set of eyes is never a bad thing.
Okay. Can I make some kind of investigation there, Andrew?
It's a solid wall.
Solid.
So that is what we discovered. So then we went in to look just in case Jesus was looking through the wall.
What are you hoping to find?
The grim body.
Is this a window? Is this like a stained glass thing?
What?
This Jesus.
The
that they're looking
Jesus?
at?
Yes.
Yeah.
This Jesus is in the window.
I have idea,
So,
but I'm not there.
so then taking Julian into the sacristy and showing the completely uninteresting wall that Jesus would be looking at if he could look through the wall, and then pointing out mini Jesus, who is looking up into his mother's face.
Can I try and pick mini Jesus up?
You can, it's just a little statuette.
But nothing happens when I pick it up.
No.
Blast it.
Damn your eyes.
Damn
As I
right.
as I grab the blankets
Cloth.
off the cloth off the sacristy and drop off the bag that contains a crowbar, rope, lantern, and axe, I say, "Don't fuck up this church," and I go outside to do up the body.
So, and Maude then turns to Julian and says, "Any ideas?"
Yes, I think that whatever the grim is, its body is located where the eyes of the Lord are watching. That's where it's supposed to rest. That's what this text I found, which I have not removed because I didn't want to raise suspicion later. But it's a fell guardian, and apparently it's huge, and we need to find it soon. And it could be in the walls, but if there are any more God's eyes or Jesus stares, we need to find them.
Should we? Are there any other portraits, paintings, stained glass windows, depictions of God or Jesus to be found here?
Yes, please.
Mega investigation or observation?
You won't find anything else. Let's save your time.
Has Henrik come back out now with the shroud?
Yes. Henrik
Yes,
is
I'm walking
towards you.
I'm
with the
walking
shroud.
back. I dropped off my bag. I'm walking back out towards you.
Anna's going to then, seeing as he's now watching the corpse, she's going to head into the church and be caught up with what they're looking at, and then be like, well, I have two ideas. One, it's a window, so he's also looking. If we went round and looked outside the church, he'd be looking somewhere there. Also, the skull, if it's not particularly Jesus, could that be the old Lord? Because we know they spilt blood at some point. Could the skull be looking somewhere?
Did they have actual like feudal lords and things that this could be a lord?
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
Because that's...
I am full of them.
That doesn't sound like Anna at all.
What?
That sounds like Amy. That doesn't sound like Anna.
Anna and Amy are very similar. I'm just going to point them out there right after that.
To be fair, I don't think anyone needed that pointing.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So where's Julian? Because he's very frustrated about this and he doesn't know what to do. So
well, Anna's going to go look at the skull. She's going to go see where the skull's looking.
I'm going to go back towards the body to see what's going on.
And we'll look at the window. Yeah. Then we've got both covered in as short a time as possible.
If you use your quarterstaff, you can look where its eyes are looking.
I thought one second you said like,
don't smash
Indiana
the
Jones
window.
stuff. Love it.
Hold it, so then you've got a...
You can also... Anna can also use a tripwire to actually stretch the
No,
line.
that's bendy. You need something solid to mark the points of stuff.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
I've got my sword though, and and my rifle. She's gonna go look at the skull and see where it's pointing at.
So Anna's taking the skull.
You're taking the window from the outside.
Excellent.
As if baby Jesus was holding this rifle, it would be aimed in this direction.
Don't give baby Jesus a rifle. That's a quote for a t-shirt. All right, Andrew.
Right.
Are we following Maude around the first?
Oh, so Anna, you're looking at the skull.
I'm looking at the skull.
Maude is looking at
the window from the outside.
Window Jesus, where he'd be looking outside.
Okay.
And
so,
either Julian or Taika, I'm going to ask one of them to come with me because this is splitting up.
Anna's not asking anyone to come with her.
That's why she ends up in the situation.
She found a friend, is what she
Anna.
Yes.
Anna.
Hello.
Give me an observation roll. And Maude, it's less important because Jesus is very definitely looking kind of this direction.
Away from the wall of the churchyard.
Wouldn't technically window Jesus be looking in that way?
No, it'd be looking that way.
So I thought it's the eyes this way. So then that way they'd be going that way.
Nope.
No, because you're there, so he's still going that way. Looking
It's
that
still
way.
looking in the same direction.
That way. Still be the same way.
Okay.
Anna, your skull is probably, you seem to think it looks like it's potentially dissecting this corner over here.
Which corner? Oh, that one. All right. Anna's going to go have a look at it.
Okay. It's a wall.
Cool.
The eyes of the Lord.
I'm going to poke the wall slightly.
Do these?
It's stone.
All right.
It's definitely a stone wall.
Anna's going to come
Confirm
in.
that totally.
Anna's going to come inside the church and look at it from the other side of the stone wall.
Okay.
And sort of give it a sniff or something. See if you can smell that there's a dead animal in the wall.
Sniff the wall.
Don't
Okay.
laugh at her. That was a fine idea.
That I can believe is Anna. Henrik,
They both
what are you up
came
to?
from me. I don't know whether to be insulted or complimented.
I am wrapping up the body as best and as respectfully as I can as I watch Anna come outside and poke and sniff one of the stones in the wall on the outside of the church.
Excellent. That wouldn't look confusing at all.
Oh, dear.
No, I'm not confused. I assume this is par for the course for us.
Everyone's like, Anna licks a wall. That's normal.
And I yell, I hope they're not fucking up the church in there.
I'm not licking it.
That's your story.
Yeah, lick it a little bit to know that it's real.
Oh, dear. We're
Just a
we're
little
driving
taste.
Andrew mad.
Yeah.
So where am I in all this by now? I was going.
I
out
have
towards the
no
again,
idea.
Right.
Well, we divided and conquered and left Julian standing in the middle of the church being like,
Well,
where
either
is Jesus?
Julian or Taika was meant to be coming with me. I don't know which of them came.
I just sort of stormed out, I think. I was annoyed.
Well, you then watched Anna go and sniff a wall and then go away back inside the church.
Okay, so Maude will meet you there, and then anything?
I think it was looking here. When I'm inside the church, is there anything on this bit of the wall on the inside?
No, it's a solid painted wall.
Any other things?
What about what was it Julian said again? Where the eyes of the Lord are watching? Could it be in the graveyard somewhere? Could there be another carving or another
Oh.
statue or something?
That's an
Rest
idea.
the place where the Lord's eyes are watching. That's what I said.
Should we look out there if we don't think there's
Yeah.
anything else to find in here?
It's a good job you guys don't get obsessed with stuff. I mean, otherwise we could be spending an entire session doing one thing, like looking for something.
To be fair, aren't we looking for something buried inside a wall?
Are we not looking for the Grimm's body? Is
Yeah.
that not what we're looking for in
It's
order
buried inside a church wall, so I'm not quite sure how we work out. Anna knocks on the wall.
Though I will say that Maude silently wonders to herself if we actually need to find and destroy this Grimm, because isn't it a good thing that looks after the church and the
I depend.
priest?
I suppose. But yeah,
Are we not interfering in the ecosystem, as it were?
maybe. But I feel like we should still find out.
Can Julian have an inspiration roll for the love of God? I would take it as a great personal favour if you let me do that, Andrew, at this point.
Yeah.
I will say this whole thing is Julian's fault, by the way.
It is my fault.
Also, you have not told the priest about the thing that you just
Oh,
read,
yeah.
or asked him about any of this stuff.
Henrik, we haven't catched Henrik. Henrik, we're looking for the eyes of the Lord. Can you help us in this respect?
Wait, isn't Henrik babysitting the body?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm out
outside.
back. I'm not too far away. I
Okay,
just
so
saw
we'll
somebody
go
sneak
and
out
ask
of
him
the
while
way.
we're looking.
I got one. Do you want me to push it? Because I will push it for a mental health damage. Because I'm taking mental health damage right now.
Damage.
I think we broke it.
Yeah. Anna's going to go and sit on a grave and be like, I'm not really sure what we should do now. Apart from open up the wall of the church, but I feel like that will set the Grim on us, which I don't think is a good idea. And also, I sort of agree with Maude that maybe we should let the Grim just live its best life.
I yell over at Anna, who's sitting on the grave 30 yards away. What are you guys even doing?
We're looking to see where the eyes of the Lords are looking.
At Julian's
of the Lord are-
instruction.
The eyes of the Lord are in the church. It should be in the altar of the church.
Do you want to go and chat to Julian, Henrik, and I will watch the court?
I would always rather not chat to Julian, but I guess that's what I should do.
Henrik is saying we should actually look at the altar.
Yeah.
The grim creature could be buried under the altar.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so why are you looking for the Grim? I don't understand this.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Julian found something and now he sent us on a scavenger hunt and we were accomplishing that goal. And I did not.
Julian found what?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Julian's voice booms out across the place. Can we all converge? Let's converge near the body.
Team huddle.
Let's converge near the body.
Team huddle.
Okay. Anna goes and sits on a grave near the body.
Team huddle plus dead guy. Let's go.
Actually, Anna's going to move slightly away from the body. Let's not sit too close. It smells quite a bit.
So we found this note. What else did you find, Julian?
Well, from this note, we obviously know that Mr. Nilstrom was involved somehow.
What note did you find?
He
asked
for Hammerstrom to come, and as soon as he was here, I presume.
Well, we're assuming that is from Hammerstrom or Nufferstrom or
Nilstrom.
We're assuming that is from the priest. Someone could fake his handwriting, as we know that has been.
There's
done.
nobody around here who would know how to write.
These people know how to write?
Okay, let's solve this.
Red-headed child.
Okay, pause, team huddle. I'm gonna try to solve this. I'm gonna go back into the church, into the sacristy, and try to find some sort of document that has his Nistrom's actual handwriting on it.
Give me an investigation roll.
You got it.
Right, so whilst Henrik is going away and doing that, as the rest of you continuing your talks.
Yeah. Did the child leave when Anna told her she should go have lunch?
Yes.
Okay. There was a child. I sent it away.
But I don't think it was the Grim. But
no, I didn't think it either. But it might have known if the rest of them could read and write, which I think they do.
What I'm curious about at the moment is why Hammerstrom had to die. What is actually going on that meant that he was enough of a threat to the church that
he wanted to tear it down, didn't he? Is that not the rumor?
Where did we get that from?
We got it from Marta. Marta told us that.
Yes, and from the people in the town that we talked to. However, we didn't have.
Henrik? Aren't you looking at the?
Yeah. I checked. I couldn't find anything.
Okay.
Oh, couldn't you? Okay.
Oh.
Well, it's a 0.
Look again, Henrik.
Did you investigate?
I did. I got 0. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
It just means it takes you a little bit longer to find something.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm still in there then.
Yeah.
Bye. Sorry. Bye. I'll keep looking.
The Nilstrom is culpable somehow because he obviously has dodged that he even met with him, and yet he sent him a note.
Did he?
He was suspicious. We were questioning him about thingy, and he was looking a little shifty.
Quite right.
Plus, I'm starting to think that people with moustaches on land are a little bit shifty because I'm very fond of them. But so far, each one we meet has been a bit shifty, which is being very sad.
You're saying it's the moustaches. I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm quite glad I'm clean shaven. So,
you never thought about a nice handlebar moustache, Julian?
But here's the problem now. If we go
something to grab hold of.
If we go to Nilstrom, if we expose this, that could be potentially threatening the church. If we unleash a Grim with it just, I mean, it could kill all of us, but it could also see a lot of other people as a threat.
Can a Grim leave the churchyard? Yes, because the eyes were outside the churchyard. I have answered my own question.
It was watching us from the woods, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes. Is there anyone who would know how to defend ourselves against a Grim around these parts? Because I have some holy water, but considering it is sort of a holy creature, that may not work.
Henrik also has a cross and an unlimited supply of holy water.
Mm.
But Grims are supposed to be buried in the wall.
Yes.
or buried somewhere, and it rests. And just if we could find it and burn it, then whatever happens to the church,
Burn it!
Stop burning churches, Julia. This can't be the third church we burned down.
What do you mean? Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
We didn't. To be fair, neither of those churches came away completely burned. It was more of a singeing.
No. That one in with the fire baby. That one was burnt.
That was definitely bits of that burned. Definitely bits of that burned.
That was the fire baby's fault.
There you go.
I'm just saying. We have a track record.
We've got to figure this out before Nilstrom comes back. A black metal band. Called what? What?
Burn the churches. I don't know.
Black Sabbath.
Well, again, do we want to get rid of the Grim, or do we just want to protect the church? Can we convince? I'm still not sure why this August man is a good thing for this village. I feel like this village is doing very well without him. If anything, I think we should ban the villagers and block him from buying their land. That's my vote.
That nobody else dies. It's only the threat to the church, it seems.
Yes, but he is also very wealthy, and you can't become very wealthy without doing some shady shit.
I would love to be part of this
I never knew you were so libertarian, Ms. Coombe.
You can come out at this point.
Did I find anything?
You did. You did.
And does the text match the note?
It does not.
What did I say?
Boom!
It's very similar, but it's not the same.
Boom.
Gorgeous.
Shake
So
the
what's
room.
happened?
Number one, this thing doesn't match. Number two, I think I agree with what I thought I heard Anna hollering from as I was leaving the church.
A little loud.
Is that we should not disrupt the Grim. I don't think we should disrupt this church. I think we shouldn't disrupt the Grim. I think we should leave their ancient Christian traditions as they are. The Grim only, I think what we have to find out now is that what caused the Grim to attack this man.
Mr. Hammerstrom.
Yes. That is, in fact, that's the key of why we as the society are here. We have to figure out why the attack happened, whether this is an ancient Christian creature or a Vaesen or something else we don't entirely understand. We still have to figure out why it killed Hammerstrom and prevent that from happening. That's our goal here.
Yes.
If anything, I mean, we did have a second mission, which was trying to convince the village to do it. Whether or not you think that convincing the villagers to join with von Meijer is a good idea or not, we still haven't even spoken to, except for the young girl of the Schrick family.
I think I might have spoken to her.
Well, yeah, you spoke to her. We haven't spoken to anybody else, really. No. I was hoping you would make friends with her.
I think I did.
Then you will.
Incredulous.
Then you can be our introduction to that family, because that is our secondary objective.
We should warn her though, because she hunts in the woods a lot. So we should definitely go warn the child not to do that after dark.
As the society, I believe that our job is to solve this particular case, and then we can figure out whether or not the Grim continues to provide a threat.
In fact, we should probably warn the whole village not to go out after dark.
Good idea.
People should know about the corpse thing.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna figure it out really quickly as we bring it from the verge down into either the church or wherever we're going to put this body.
We're not carrying the body. Surely there's an undertaker in the village.
Strong young lads who'll do it.
There's like 50 people here.
Yeah, but people die all the time.
Okay. In any case, it's pretty wrapped up. We just have to figure out what he did wrong.
Tried
to destroy the church.
But he didn't actually do that. He only proposed it. And I don't think that that would be enough to summon a supernatural creature. Like discussing moving the church from one location to another.
In all
and
fairness,
not
I
even-
literally banged upon the doors and that thing appeared.
Oh.
Banged upon what doors?
The church doors the other night. Don't you remember I banged on them and then red eyes in the dark appeared?
But nothing happened to you.
You don't need to have malicious intent for this thing to be alert.
Yeah, but nothing. But it was just looking. I knocked on the doors too, and
But
yeah,
it was summoned. Maybe he didn't need to do anything particularly big.
No.
but that goes against everything we know about the Grimm so far. That
Right?
everything we have not only heard and researched about the Grimm says that it attacks only people who cause problems to the church, not knocking on the doors,
No,
not
but
walking
he
through
wants
the
to
graveyard.
knock down the church. I think that's a big problem.
But he didn't make any actual movement to it. He didn't have any malicious intent, nor did he actually do any motions towards it. He just talked about it.
How do you
That
know?
was enough.
We don't
I'd
know.
like to say, Taika, I actually can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Henrik. Because I absolutely think Taika would agree.
I mean, actually, Taika does agree with Henrik quite a bit. Just a muscle in Julian's jaw going.
A little vein popping out here, maybe.
Put your veins away. But so he must have done something more than just discuss moving or tearing down the church with other people for a supernatural creature to be summoned or to actually cause his death. He must have actually done something. So that's what we have to figure out.
All right. So let's assume he did do something. What do we do now?
Do we know what the priest's opinion was?
The priest didn't know that the plan was to tear down the church, and he got very upset. And I think he's had a bit of a shock. So I don't think we should upset him anymore.
That was the craziest part.
Had he known, he would have obstructed the sale then.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the church, the priest said he was sort of also ambivalent, that he was just going to minister to these people no matter what. So it wasn't like the priest heard about this guy, right? The priest barely spoke to these guys when we questioned him.
But if
he barely spoke to those guys.
If the Grimm can judge intention, and the priest could have obstructed the sale, then how do we know that the intention might not have been to get rid of the priest, and therefore the Grimm judged him?
But we need to find out who summoned him to the graveyard. I think that's like the main thing. Like, who did this writing? Who lured this guy to the graveyard in the middle of the night?
Because it really didn't seem like the priest.
I think we should ask Marta who delivered the note.
Yeah, we have to figure out who delivered that note. That's our key. Because from what all of us got from the priest.
Well,
Henrik,
Julian, and Julian, as Henrik's still talking, Julian brings out the second note that Thingy Bob made.
Ingvar.
Yes.
You got a second note, and you didn't want to bring that.
Oh,
Julian,
great.
how much stuff are you hiding in your pockets?
Do you want to read it out for the people watching online?
Sure.
Please.
If I can find it.
It's F2F.
Miss Karlstrom recently came to visit for a cup of coffee. We had a conversation and she complimented me on how I unite Farnsta in our faith. Her praise warmed my heart and the woman was very sweet. But she then started asking questions about Mr. Hammerstrom, the man from the large sawmill in Härnösand. She wanted information about the business deals he was trying to negotiate, and there was something unsettling in her tone of voice. I see temptation in her eyes, temptation suggesting she is not a God-fearing woman. Perhaps she will tempt the others to sell their land.
So she was lying to us before. Who's this letter from? Who wrote this?
This is the priest. This is Mr. Nystrom's.
How did you where did you find this, Julian?
Oh, it was in with the medieval text I found.
Naturally. Okay. So she's
And
in
can I
favour.
just point out that you therefore had some of his handwriting all the time.
Julian,
what?
You sent Henrik on a goose chase to find the handwriting.
Way to go, Cabring, once again.
I know. Anyway, so the important thing now is to establish what is really going on. Because if Miss Karlstrom wants to sell the land, it doesn't benefit her in any way to harm Mr. Hammerstrom. That would surely put a chink in the deal, so to speak. Which is why I was suspicious of Mr. Nistrom after this.
Or if we're only getting that they wanted to destroy this church from her, then...
Oh, wait. What if she does want to sell the land? Because remember, she's the smaller landowner compared to the Skinks. Or was the other family? Skits. She's the smaller landowner over the Skits. So what if she wanted to sell? Because anybody in the village who knew the story, which apparently we found out last night, most of the people do know the story of the Church Grim. So anybody could convince one of these guys, oh, yeah, we'll sell the land. All you have to do is this, and prank them and trick them to doing something with the church.
But that's not what her note says. That's not what the note from the priest says, Henrik. Here it says that she's not a God-fearing woman, so she wouldn't be trying to protect the church. Also, we only...
No. So she was trying...
Wait, I haven't finished, Henrik. Anna's like, I'm not finished.
Sorry.
Also, the only person who told us they were going to desecrate or break down the church was Marta. Like, August didn't tell us that. So why are we believing her if she's also... Because she told us she was ambivalent, but in this note from the priest, it looks like that she wants to sell. So we know that she is lying about something.
So let's say she was lying. She wants to sell. The other family, the Skink family, wants to keep it here, but she wants to sell because then a lot of people go on her side, and eventually the entire village will sell. So she convinced this guy to do something to the church, Mr.
How would that serve her?
Yeah. What's the point of that, Henrik?
To turn the village
because
into
she's
chaos?
trying to sell the land. Why would she kill the person who is
also
trying to buy the land?
If she wanted public opinion to turn, this would have come out ages ago. The body wouldn't have been left here to just fester at the edge of the woods. This would have been a scandal. It hasn't. We've only just found him.
Also, why have we only just found him? These people are very strange. Someone goes missing and they don't search very thoroughly, do they?
No,
it's
they
not exactly
don't.
hidden.
Well, and it also, I don't know if this was an error, but if he had maggots, that would mean it'd be within the last 48 hours.
Not necessarily, because maggots can then, maggots can lay and then relay and things, so maggots will exist until the body is gone.
Generations in the body, as it were.
Until there is nothing left for them to consume.
Yeah.
Well, what did Julian think of the time of death, estimated time of death?
I wasn't able to find out. The body was too mangled.
But you could say with absolute certainty he's been there a long time.
Okay.
Not 48 hours.
No. So
maggots and eye sockets specifically was.
Yeah.
This is very frustrating. I don't know what. I still want to find this Grim thing. I don't think it should be allowed to wander freely. No matter who is around here, none of them deserve to be killed because they do something. Anything it could be. He wasn't trying to burn it down. He wasn't trying to raise it to the ground. It could have been a smallest thing. It could have, for all we know, it could have been he kicked at the church wall.
Okay, except for the fact that we have a letter that is fake. Once again, it comes down to people. Some people in this town are lying to us.
Yes.
That's what we have to figure out before we start crowbarring open church walls.
But my thing is, if he got the note and Marta Marta may have given him the note, so she may have done that, but I don't know what's going on. But also, how do we find out how to get rid of the Grim if we do need to get rid of it?
Well, then we can deal with it, but we have to deal with the people. Once again, it's lying humans that have summoned this thing or caused it to create. Because I don't think that Mr. Who's the dead guy again? I forget. Hammerstrom. I don't think that he actually did anything physically against the church that would cause a supernatural thing to be summoned. I think somebody either told him to do something or somebody summoned it. And we know for a fact that there's a human being in this town that's lying to us.
So who would have summoned it on us the other night, for example, if that's how it works?
Maybe it just looks at you. All the villagers said that they've kind of seen it, kind of seen eyes and everything. It just hangs out and protects the church.
I don't think they did.
Everyone we talked to at the bar said that they once in a while maybe saw it, or somebody saw it, or a friend of a friend saw it.
Yeah, if we didn't have any people who were like, I saw it.
If we expose somebody who is setting this thing on people, before we find it, that's a problem. This thing is supposed to be bigger than a bear, stronger than an elk and stuff like that, and faster than a horse.
We have to figure
Don't
out
stand much of a chance.
We have to figure out what the people are are causing this problem, because it didn't happen before. Like, it's not like the Grim has killed every human being in this.
We don't know that. Anna's going to point at the quite big graveyard.
Yes, it's a good point.
And I have new information actually, which I've just remembered. They don't leave this village. I don't know if that's rare or not, but the child's never been outside the walls of the village ever. Not even like a nearby market or something.
They are supposed to be very isolated, and that is
But they all live to this age without being eaten by a Grim, which means that
no, only the ones who are alive so far haven't lived. Are living.
Haven't been eaten by a Grim.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, I still think we have to solve the mystery of who lured Hammerstrom over here, because I think that will give the cause of death, which is what we're actually trying to figure out.
We've been chatting for a while. Has Marta sent anyone to deal with this corpse, considering Sebastian went and chatted to them? Like, should we cut to Sebastian?
Hopefully they're just having their third cup of tea.
Yes, I mean, we're getting close to the point where people will start to turn up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there's a body been found.
Yeah.
Indeed. And be like, hello, people. Corpse.
I think there is someone that we do need to go and speak to, who we haven't yet, and that is the Skit family.
Yes, but I think we can't just leave the corpse here. People need to come to.
Well, if people are showing up, we'll give it to them. We'll pass it off.
Yeah. Tag your
Henrik, I say this with all respect for your profession.
Yeah.
You are sometimes a terrible priest.
Oh.
I'm an exceptional priest. I'm just not that good with dealing with the bodies and stuff like that. You just pass him off to the other guys. That's fine.
But isn't that your main role?
Pretty much.
I try to minister to the living much more than the dead.
But eternal rest and all that shit.
Yeah.
For the dead.
Yeah,
so eternally resting, you don't really need it.
You're right. It's eternal. They can wait. I can put them on hold while I deal with the rest of the living.
Right. Are we finishing at 9 sharp? Is this where we are?
Absolutely are finishing at 9 sharp.
Great.
Do we want to do XP now then and leave us at this point?
Leave us at this point just before I punch Henrik in the throat.
Indeed.
What the?
Why? Why would you punch Henrik in the throat?
Because he's annoyed.
Round and round and round and round.
It's like cumulative. over these sessions.
You find the grace of God.
The doctor and a priest and no bedside manner between them. So true, though.
Oh God. That is
all right.
very true.
Let's do this then, so I can go pick up the other half.
Aww.
Who has been very busy this episode,
I know.
despite not being
Yeah.
on.
Nearly getting yeeted into the ceiling.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I should have to tell him that.
Yeah, we still have a few minutes for you to climb up into the ceiling if you want to investigate.
I mean, I quite enjoy my skull theory, Anna says. And I sort
like
of
the
think
skull theory.
using the rope
Yeah.
and the pickaxe and the crowbar to get up the ceiling of the church may desecrate it in some manner, and I don't want to fight a grim.
I like the
That is
skull
true.
theory.
Someone was going to search the graveyard, weren't they?
I was searching the
Yes,
graveyard.
I
I found
was.
nothing. Oh, you are. Maud searching the
was-
graveyard.
I mean, technically,
For
I think we
Maud's.
both were, and we were.
Okay,
encouraging
well,
them
give
to
me
join.
give me an investigation roll, Maud.
Can
I
you do
would
it
if I
for-
could.
Oh yes, true. Good point. There we go. Right, investigation, Maud.
She found something.
I find something.
So we are going to wrap up this session. Maud has been off investigating around the graveyard, and where the graveyard and the church come close to each other, there is some bushes in the trees at the start of the trees, and as Maud reaches the bushes, she turns around and says to you all, I think you need to look at this.
We go and look.
I hate you, Andrew Slade. Go on.
Let's do XP.
We obviously troop up. No, stuff you. Actually, stuff you. In fact.
Dr. Julian Summersby, 1793. What?
So,
It would not
XP.
surprise me.
XP.
Right.
Do, 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 do.
So, did you participate? Yes. And we got the annals this week, so there's another one. Did you confront any Vaesen? No. Did you identify a previously unknown Vaesen? No. Were you affected by your dark secret? Please message me if you feel that you were. Did you take risks to protect other people? No. Have you learned anything this session?
Yes, so much.
What?
We have learned that Thingy is dead.
Yes.
That's so much, is it?
That was like one of the big mysteries we came to find was what happened to him. He got eaten.
Right, we definitely found the body of the person, which is one of our mission objectives. We found the body
We've
of the
learned
guy,
that MK possibly wants to sell her land.
and we learned that the note is fake. That somebody faked it.
We also learned everything in that medieval text.
Well, you learned everything in that medieval text.
Yeah, then you probably hid it from us and wrote it and put it in your pocket in secret.
Yeah.
No, I put it right back where I found it. Thank you very much.
So yes, I'll give you that you learned something. So that's 3. Did you develop something? No. Did you perform an extraordinary action? No.
I should have yeeted Taika.
3.
That could have been the risk as well.
Yeah.
I think the risk would have been Taika's, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say the risk is to protect other people, not to
Maud
use
would be
them
there
into
to
a
catch.
ceiling.
That would work.
Not to put other people at risk.
Just hover a toaster over Julian's bath at the end of each day and be like, there you go, saved you. Can I have the point?
Unless you think you've somehow affected your dark secret, 3 XP.
Yeah.
And it takes me to 6.
Me to 6.
You too, 6 as well. I don't know what
No,
points
I
you
thought
want.
it was on 3.
Can you add the points for Maud, please,
I'm
Andy?
just in the process of doing that. Yes.
She wants to know how many points she has.
9.
Oh, she's excited.
I'm pleased.
Right. So I am now in a quandary, Andrew. I have a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
learning magic. How many more XPs do I need if I wanted to go back and learn more magic?
If you wanted to learn more magic.
And would it always be learning that I roll to learn magic?
Oh my god.
So, yes, it's always going to be learning.
Beef up the learning.
Easier said than done.
I know, right? It's just the trouble is Anna's just not very learned. And then how many XP is it going to take if she goes back to the trolls?
To what do you want to try and learn?
Something else. Yeah.
Oh, I've just realised something. I'll have to save it for next time.
No,
Write
well,
it down.
say it.
Yeah.
What?
Say it if you like.
No, it was Karlstrom that told us, oh, the priest invited Hammerstrom over to have a word.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah.
Okay. But that was the only time we heard it. Everybody was like,
Yeah,
oh, right.
that's what Anna was saying.
Okay, fine.
So how many XP would it be, Andrew, if I wanted to go learn another spell?
Do you want to learn another spell, or do you want to increase your magical knowledge?
I want to learn another spell.
Okay. So,
Would now be an okay
10
time for me to
XP.
strip off.
Yeah. 10 XP. 10 XP
Yep.
to learn. And it's going to be learning I roll to learn
It will be learning, yeah.
If I fail at learning, do I
but
lose?
If you fail the learning, then yes.
You've lost the turn.
Because you are no, you won't.
Okay.
No, I'll make that. No, you won't lose the XP if you fail the learning roll. But it depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
Because failing the learning roll doesn't necessarily mean you don't learn something.
Okay.
So it will depend on what we're doing.
Okay.
So it's not an easy thing to answer.
Would now be an okay time for me to trip away.
Yes, I think we are all going to trip away.
Right.
So have a safe journey.
Thank you all.
How are you feeling?
Me?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good.
I might sneak another coffee into a flask or something, but yeah.
Yes, probably a plan. Right. Thank you, everybody. Let's just first of all let's say goodbye to the people watching us online. So thank you, everybody who has joined us, and we're not going to be Friday next week because I'm not going to be here, and I don't trust them to run it by themselves. So we will be.
We would all
on
kill
their
each
side.
other.
Saturday.
We'd be we'd just be loose. We'd do whatever we wanted to.
So bye, everybody online.
Bye.
Henrik and Julian